funny enough, I was just in Lakeside doing some shopping. I've recently moved to Essex. I've become an Essex boy. I've moved to
Yes, mate. Whereabouts? Whereabouts,
Grays.
like?
I'm in Grays.
Same here.
Are you Grays? But wait, were you born in Grays?
No, I'm born in Raynham, but I always wanted to be in Grays. Grays is sick, bro.
It's sick, bro. I love it.
It's right by Lakeside, mate. It's got all you need, mate.
Everything, and it's nice, and it's quiet, and everybody's so friendly. You know, because I'm a Londoner. I'm from Walthamstow originally.
Yeah.
But I'm getting used to because I'm always polite as I am anyway. But when I feel like I'm deemed as too nice back in London, right? But when
London is like a level of polite. Everyone's like super polite in London until it gets a bit busy. Everyone in Grays is a little bit more calm, I reckon.
100%. And like saying thank you to the bus driver and all that. I love all it. I love all of that, man. It's
yes, mate.
So welcoming. So yeah, I will ask for some advice before the end of the interview about where the hot spots in Grays to go to.
There's none.
Well, let's talk about you. Welcome back to the UK. I know that you obviously still live and reside in the UK, even though you have your career in the US. How is life for you in the US, by the way? How are you loving your time in AEW before we talk about Forbidden Door this weekend?
Mate, it's been so fun. I mean, I'm enjoying it. Like, the travel is very hard. Like, it will be fly Tuesday, land Tuesday in America, wrestle Wednesday, fly Thursday from America, land Friday in the UK, get Saturday, Sunday, Monday with my kid. So that's always fun. But, mate, I cannot underestimate, like, how big it was when I signed with AEW. Like, I thought it would just be me just being a part of another wrestling company, but it's like a big one. Yeah. But I just didn't understand how far the reach was. And I feel like I'm at a point now where, like, I am so grateful to be wrestling and having the support of so many fans that just enjoy my work. It's I can't explain it. I really can't.
That's amazing, bro. I love that for you. I mean, you made your name and you made your bones in the indie scene and in Japan. And it was only a matter of time, especially when you were doing the crossovers with New Japan, as representing New Japan in AEW. It was only a matter of time that you were going to land in AEW. And I'm glad that you're loving it. But can I ask you about how you are feeling? And we're a bit worried, you know, obviously you made the announcement that you have to go into surgery after this match. And, you know, you already said it's an unsanctioned match. You're taking all the responsibility, whatever comes with what's going to happen this weekend. But how are you feeling?
Mate, I'm fine. I'm comfortable. And I think that's what a lot of people need to relax on. Like, I would not be going into this if my surgeon was just like, absolutely fucking no way. If he was like, but no, he said, there's no way that this can get worse. So just go in there, do what you need to do. And then afterwards, we've just got to get this all sorted. So it's one of those things where, like, I don't want to put a Band-Aid over it. I don't want to do any type of therapy that could potentially work. It needs to be sorted, and I'm with an amazing doctor who's looked after a bunch of wrestlers whose careers have flourished for like 10 odd years plus. So the fact that I'm going into this, I'm fully comfortable. AEW is fully comfortable with me doing it, so there's no need for anyone to panic. I never wanted to let anyone down because performing in my home has always been the utmost priority. Every time I get an opportunity to perform, I want to perform. So being home and being 30 minutes from my house, man, it's 30 minutes, bro. Like, I'm excited, mate.
Yeah, man. It's at the O2 Arena. You know, usually the big pay-per-views in the UK is at Wembley Stadium. How are you feeling about performing at the O2 this time?
Mate, I've been to the O2 so many occasions, whether it be like for comedians, whether it's like or other wrestling shows. Like, I mean, I was up in the nosebleed seats, so like the fact that now I'm on the poster for like this, and I'm going to be like centre stage. Like, I couldn't miss out on that opportunity of being in the stands for so long, and just knowing like. This is something that I've sought after. This is something that I've really wanted to do for so long, just perform in that arena. And I'm so like, I was in there when it was the Millennium Dome, bruv.
Back in the day.
Yeah, man. So the fact that like we get to go in there and perform at such an incredible venue, I'm so excited, matey.
You're like the human highlight. I think we had that Brian Nielsen on the show, and he said his wife said that you are the best wrestler she's ever seen.
My wife saw Will Ospreay, and She goes, "Oh my gosh, that's the best wrestler I've ever seen." I said, "I'm right here. I'm right here."
Yeah, he was like, "What about me?" He was he was a bit salty, but he admits that yes, he thinks that you blow him away. I think you blow everybody away. I think you're bringing a new innovation. I've been a wrestling fan all my life, and you remind me of like Hayabusa, Sabu, the great Sasuke. Like you remind me of these classic New Japan wrestlers, and you become that ilk. You know, you come be one of the best of the junior heavyweights. You had that classic match with Ricochet nearly 10 years ago. I got to see one of those matches. I saw the one in the UK where you guys both broke the ropes. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yes,
you know, next year will be probably the 10-year anniversary of that match that went viral, that, you know, that put your name on the map. Could we see a Ricochet, Will Ospreay in the UK this time next year?
I don't think there's any reason why it couldn't happen at all. Like, I mean, it would be drastically different now because I feel like we are both different human beings from what we were 10 years ago. We were made out of rubber back then. Like, now I'm going to be held together with flipping screws. So, like, that's for me, it's going to be like, I would absolutely love that challenge. And I've actually spoken to Ricochet about, like, at the 10-year anniversary, we really should do something. I don't know what, but whether it's like a 10-man tag with, like, unknown high flyer cruiserweights or whatever, like just to like shine some spotlight on them and just be like, right, like once upon a time Ricochet said that we both was the future of flight, and I think it would be lovely to then pass that down to the next generation to be like, hey, like there's a spotlight, you guys figure it out.
No, I think that would be wonderful. I mean, I just remember how that match caused such controversy because you had the wrestling crowd split about, you know, you and Ricochet have now taken it to new heights. I think it's
Marmite, bro. It's Marmite.
Yeah,
it's Marmite, mate.
It's Marmite, but it's Marmite. But I think it's one of those ones where eventually, as time goes on, they'll look back at it and be like, actually, that was that phenomenal because it changed wrestling. It reminded me of those matches like Tiger Mask and Dynamite Kid. That changed wrestling. You know, RVDs and Jerry Lynn's. It was, to me, it was of that ilk. Vader had a lot to say about it, and I loved how you were able to construct a match with Vader off of that at Rev Pro. What was that like, wrestling with Vader back then?
Like it wasn't the best time because he was extremely difficult to deal with behind the curtain. It was, but like, mate, I got to wrestle Big Van Vader.
Yeah,
It was like, it's a crazy thing to say. Like, yeah, he was like 61 years old at the time, whatever. But it's just kind of like, this is former IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Like, I used to watch him on WCW. So like, there's like respect there, but there was also like a case of like he wasn't the nicest person to deal with, and I think honestly he just wanted a payday off of me. So like in that, it's just kind of like I'm glad I was able to get you one last payday, mate.
Let's talk about Forbidden Door. Lights out cage match. It's all about revenge. Revenge is a dish best served cold. That's the saying. You got a lot to do with John Moxley. You got a lot to come back there. It's Team Ospreay versus, you know, the Young Bucks and the Death Riders. How are you feeling about this? What's your energy saying going into this match?
I mean, like I'm anxious. I won't lie to you at all because like I'm going in there compromised, and I'm nervous because it is just like we don't even know what the cage looks like. We have no idea we don't know if it's on the ring. We don't know if it's like a blood and guts one. We don't know if it's like a weird shape.
Yeah.
We're getting to look at it tomorrow, which I'm excited to see. But like in terms of just like you've got 5 of the most influential and highly respected pro wrestlers of the last 10 to even maybe like 20 years, and the fact that we get to headline and put on a show that I don't think any other wrestling company would be ballsy enough to put on. And I think when you've got the wrestlers of that caliber under the same roof inside that steel structure, I think we are going to put on something incredibly special, and I'm very excited for everyone to see it.
And it's a start. Your team is, I mean, every competitor in the ring is star-studded, but like your team especially, like, you know, Darby Allin, Kenny Omega, Tanahashi, Kota Ibushi.
It's the fucking Avengers, bro.
It's Avengers. It's literally Avengers. That's what it is. It's like Endgame. So this is going to be a joy to watch. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait to see what you guys pull off. And I'm excited, man. And working with the talent pool that you have right now, your era of wrestlers that you work with, like you must have so much joy working with these competitors because everybody's hungry, everybody is so talented, so gifted. A lot of people have been doing it for years, maybe undermined, and now finally getting the shine. A lot of them are not coming up, and you're probably and you're part of that, helping them reach to another level. What is it like working with the current roster of AEW? Because everybody there's so phenomenal.
Mate, everyone's been like so good, and like I love everybody's enthusiasm for when everyone wants to get like some TV time and to wrestle, even myself or any of our talent. Like you could see like the glow in their eyes of like just like they want it, and I feel like more than they want it for themselves, they want it for AEW, and I think that's the thing that I'm really liking. Like ever since coming in here, I do feel like there's been like a complete shift in our locker room, and I feel like everyone is along the same lines of just like we all need to be in this together for this to grow and for this to flourish. And I think that's been the best part of coming into AEW so far. I think there's so much room to grow as well. I think there's so many people like in our roster. The depth that is in our roster is like unreal, and like the fact that there are a lot of guys that are hurt or needing to take time off. A lot of wrestling promotions would panic in those situations, but then all you've got to do is look at the roster and know you're in safe hands. I mean, like the idea now, just like even if you didn't have me for a few months, or if you didn't have whoever for a few months, just look towards your women's division, just look towards your tag division, just look towards the unified title, just look at the TNT champion. Our roster has so much depth in it. It's scary.
100%. 100%. And I feel like, and you're right about the ambition, the hunger. Everybody there is working together, pulling the strings to make sure AEW's the number one company in wrestling today. And you can see that. I think like this generation of wrestlers, you can see there's more of a passion to be a wrestler. I'm not knocking any wrestlers before. Obviously, you had wrestlers who were lifelong fans who became wrestlers, but I felt like in the 90s, I felt growing up, some wrestlers did it because they had to be a second option for a different career, if that makes any sense.
Football players got hurt and then they were just kind of like, you'd be a great wrestler.
That's
but
right.
Like nowadays, people are now looking at like what happened. Like for me, it was like AJ Styles. When I saw him in TNA, I was like, that is what I want to do. Like I don't want to be a flipping, I don't want to be a script reader. I don't want to be an android. I want to have a soul. I want to show people like what is like embedded in me to show this art form. And I feel like that's cool, right? So if I took my TNA inspiration and look at the platform and the promotion that it was on a Bravo, right?
Bravo.
The wrestling channel on Bravo, right?
Yeah.
We've got ITV in the UK, which is huge, and it's got huge viewership behind it. We are now influencing the next generation to show them that it's not this. It's not like the soulless shit that you was watching before. This place has a heartbeat, and honestly, a lot of the time, we're figuring it out as we go. But that's what being like a human is about, man. It's like, nothing should be, life isn't about just reading a script and knowing this is what happens next. It's about just fucking going balls to the wall and figuring it out for yourself. And that's why I like AEW, man. We've got a soul.
Love it, brother. Love it. And I also love how you're just unapologetically yourself, and you embrace the stuff that you love, like Assassin's Creed. You had a crazy entrance a couple of years ago when you had the Assassin's Creed entrance and you had the robe and everything that you put into it with like the hidden blade. And I love all that. Like New Day does stuff like that as well. They're very much into their video games and they incorporate that into their wrestling. And I think it's good because I feel like a lot of kids need to understand that just fully be yourself. That is what it's all about. Because if you hide little bits about yourself, you can never really be happy. You know what I mean? I feel like you guys are showing the world, fully embrace everything. Show wrestling. I'm a computer geek. I'm this. I'm a movie fan. All that stuff. Comics. Anime. All that. It's great to have that and show kids that today. I think that's why kids really gravitate to you guys. And I just want to say thank you for that, man. Thank you for that.
No, man, honestly, I think that's something as well. Like the show that we're doing this Sunday, the amount of kids that are coming. Like, so this is something I love telling. Like, I've done a cage match with Kyle Fletcher in March. Yeah. I hadn't seen my kid for about like 10 days. So I went and picked him up from school, and they do this thing where like, my kid and all his little mates, they just run to the front of the gate. They just leave their parents behind and we meet him at the bottom of the gate. But as like I'm coming towards the gate, his mates are like looking behind, they keep looking at me, and like I couldn't work out what they were saying. But the last thing he said was the ba 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 cage match. And I was just like, oh man, like they're watching.
That's
Like
amazing.
there's like kids watching. And that might be a match that I didn't really want them to watch because it was a little bit violent for
Yeah, yeah,
6-year-olds to be watching. But like the fact is that they're entertained by it, and we can use that entertainment that they find and we can influence them to be like, you know what, like there's this other alternative. And that's what it's all about, like just finding like new avenues to find what you want to do in life.
yeah. Few more questions before I let you go. So I know you've got a busy schedule. A wrestler in AEW that you haven't had the chance to step in the ring with. Is there anyone that comes to your mind? Who is somebody you haven't had a chance to step in with that you like?
Stepped in the ring with yet? I'm trying to think because Hangman was the one. Like Hangman was the first ever, like the first time meeting between the two. Same with me and Brian Danielson. That was one. I'm trying to think of like who I haven't wrestled in AEW yet, and that I think could be. Do you know what? Honestly, I'm just gonna say it right. I would love to do one intergender match just because I. Oh, actually, no. All right, I'm gonna give you two. That I would love to do one intergender match because I generally think I could do a really good match with this person. I'd love to do a match with Willow Nightingale. I think I
Yeah,
could do
man,
such a sick match with her.
that would be
But
sick.
if we're gonna go down the straight and narrow, I really would like a match with Cope. Like
Yeah,
Adam Copeland, like just because I grew up watching him and I've always been a fan of what he's done. Like I have like such a weird connection, like childhood wise, looking at him, and like I feel like I still look at him like that now when he's backstage. Being honest, like going through this neck injury, right? Like I've been like struggling with my emotions so much.
yeah.
He has been amazing. Like he's pulled me to one side. We've sat down in dressing rooms and he's told me like what to expect and like you don't need to be scared about it. Like I had the same things, but when you come out of there, you're gonna have this relief on your hands. And honestly, he gets shit because like a lot of people are like, oh god, like it's about the new generation coming through. I love him. Like I think he has helped a lot of our younger lot coming through. He's brainwaving his ideas. I really like that guy.
Willow Spray versus Cope. I would love to see that. I think that would be,
Yes, yeah.
that'd be magic. You are regarded, and in my opinion, I have to agree with this. You're regarded as the best wrestler in the world today. I have to agree with that. What took it? What? How did you get there? Because I know your story. You worked hard. You know, growing up, always been a lifelong fan. Worked through the indies and just put in the graft. But any tips you can give to anybody that wants to become the best wrestler in the world one day?
I honestly think travel broadens the mind. I think if I didn't go Japan, I would never have learned who I am. And honestly, I think I learned one match in particular is like the best of the Super Juniors in 2019. I wrestled Shingo Takagi, and it was like a switch went off in my brain, and I understood wrestling. And I think sometimes a lot of people get in their comfort zone and they're happy to work the promotion that's down the road that they can guarantee like a good sum of money for, but they would be less remiss to take like half the money but more dates. But the idea is it broadens your mind and it broadens your horizon. Before I came to AEW, I wrestled in every continent other than South America, Africa, and Antarctica. Is that the right one? I think it is. But like, I wrestled everywhere: Australia, New Zealand, all over Europe, America, Canada. Like, I just went out and I wrestled everywhere. That broadened my horizon because I learned new styles. I learned how to communicate with fans. Even though I can barely speak English myself, I learned other languages to try and show my passion and show my love. And I think the moment you do that, you form connections. The more connections that you have, the stronger case you are to build your branding and to raise your stock.
Amazing, Will. That's brilliant. And lastly, what can people who say, for instance, I'm with a friend because I'm gonna watch Forbidden Door this weekend, and I have a friend that comes around doesn't know much about AEW. What's the best way for me to describe what AEW is all about and what to expect this Sunday?
The best thing that I can say about AEW is we are breaking grounds of what professional wrestling used to be. I think a lot of people have in their mind that like what professional wrestling is what is being portrayed on TV before AEW came. It was like soulless. It was just like reading
It's
from a
toxic as
script
well.
and repetitive, and
Repetitive.
it didn't feel like the sole focus was on the action within the ring, because that's what made me want to do it. And I think that that's where the younger lot coming through now, like I think a lot of kids would love to see what AEW does, because it is an action show. It is a complete um story of portrayal of what we can do with inside the ropes, rather than pretending like there's a camera that doesn't exist here. And it's just like this more reality. It's more gruesome, it's more athletic, it's better character driven. We are breaking grounds of what professional wrestling used to be, and we're only just getting started.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, man. It's been a real pleasure talking to you, man. AEW's been the best wrestler, and you, my friend, are absolutely the best. And I can't wait to see what you do this weekend. And keep
God bless you, sir, as well. Thank you very much for moving to Grays. We
always,
fucking love having you.
yeah, brother. Always, man. If I see you, we'll go for a little coffee if I see you down the road or whatever.
Yeah, boss man. Anytime, mate. See you at the San Martin, bruv.
Thank you, Will. All the best,
God
brother.
bless you, sir.
Take care.
Take care, matey.
Bye.